Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and Wall, and Shalom to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. I'm the Brother Kalab from the GMS UK London Forecasters Camp, coming back at you with another lesson to help edify the Lord's elect. So, this article is from Gizmodo.com. It's published 2 days ago. It says, Apple is in the early stages of developing a brain-computer interfaces that would allow people, especially those with mobility issues, to control their phones, iPads and Vision Pro headsets with neural signals captured by a new kind of brain implant. According to the Wall Street Journal, Apple is partnering with Synchron, a privately held New York City-based company backed by Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, on the IN project. The brain-computer interface, or BCI, industry is projected to grow significantly over the coming decades. Perhaps the best-known player in the space is Elon Musk's Neuralink, which as of January has successfully implanted its devices in 3 people. Historically, most users have relied on both mechanical through the use of a keyboard or mouse, and behavioral through the use of touchscreens or voice interaction with their computers. BCIs eliminate the need for physical movement, expanding the device accessibility for people with profound physical impairments. Unlike Neuralink's N1 implant, Synchron's stent-like device called the Centrode is implanted on the top of the brain, not inside of it, which allows users to avoid an invasive open brain implant procedure. Once placed, the Centrode works using its electrodes to read brain signals and translate them into on-screen navigation and icon selection. Synchron's device works with switch control, a pre-existing accessibility feature in Apple's operating system that allows users to remotely control their Mac with an external adaptive device like a joystick or a switch, or now the Centrode. Since 2019, Synchron has implanted the Centrode in 10 people. There we go, just read a little bit more in this. It says, since 2019, we read that one, hang on. It says, the Journal visited Mark Jackson, a Pittsburgh resident who cannot travel outside his home due to ALS. Jackson tested the Centrode with an Apple Vision Pro. With the headset on, he was transported to Switzerland, where he peered over a ledge of an alpine peak and felt his legs shake. Jackson noted that because he can't use a Centrode to mimic moving a cursor with a mouse or touchscreen with his fingers, navigation using the Centrode is much slower than typical interaction with a computer or a smartphone. It's also slower than using a computer with Neuralink's N1, which is able to capture much more brain data than Synchron's device, which uses many more electrodes than a Centrode. These latest developments in BCI technology come in anticipation of full FDA approval for the implants, which the journal notes is not expected for several more years. In a press release, Dr. Tom Oaksley, the CEO and co-founder of Synchron, praised Apple, saying that the company is helping to pioneer a new interface paradigm where brain signals are formally recognized alongside touch, voice, and typing. With BCIs recognized as a native input for Apple devices, there is new possibilities for people living with paralysis and beyond. So this is, it ties into Revelation 13 verses 16 on down. Revelation 13, starting verse 16, says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive. And he causeth for both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So this all ties into the MOTB prophecy. Esau is working towards pushing these brain implants and RFID implantable microchip devices in the hand. This is Esau's whole agenda, his whole game plan to fulfill his new world order, because he wants to get everybody tied into this system to become a slave unto him. Now they market it as if it's for your benefit. Oh yeah, if you're disabled, we help restore your sight, or we can help you operate a computer with your mind. You don't have to be able to use your hands to use a computer. Yeah, that's all that that's all those all sound like benign and helpful selling points. But ultimately Esau's plan is to throw people into a ditch, man, into a pit where he'll be able to control all their thoughts and all their movements, and every aspect of your life will be controlled by this damn devil, when really we're supposed to be under the authority and rulership of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's why we can't partake in these things, because whosoever acquiesces to Esau and his mark is going to receive the judgment of the Heavenly Father, which is to be burnt with fire. 2 Peter talks about this. 2 Peter 3 and verse 10, where the element shall melt with fervent heat. Let me get it. 2 Peter 3 and 10. 2 Peter 3 and 10 says, "But the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness." So that's what we're looking for, man. So we can't take this mark. We're forbidden from taking this mark. We're supposed to have the mark of, exemption, thawa. And how do we get that? By returning to the law, statutes, and commandments, and praying to the Heavenly Father that we are of the elect that will not taste of this destruction, because the majority of the world are going to follow after Esau and his mark and take it, and they're going to be destroyed as a result of it. But the elect are not going to take this thing, no matter what happens, and they're going to be preserved from the said perils, from the said judgments. So yeah, that's just a quick update on what's going on with this technology moves are being made. You've got some big players being mentioned there, like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. They're all working towards pushing this technology, man, because Esau wants to achieve his agenda, because he knows his time is short. That's why he's putting out all the stops and trying to push this thing through to its conclusion. But you know what? The Most High is not going to let it touch the elect. All the rest of the world, and the 2/3 of Jake destined to be destroyed, they're going to take this, but the elect, they're not going to be deceived, and they're not going to take it. So that I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Chachodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Shalom to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. And I'll catch you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Shalom for now.